Understood. The avalanche mission's been approved. We ought to proceed as planned.
This is bullshit. What the hell are they thinking?
Threats to public order are to be summarily put down. This is what we've always done.
Summarily put down. Guess it's a little late to grow a conscience. Just on patrol.
Don't worry, we'll make it in time.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've just completed the sewer section, and Ant seemed to breeze through that pretty quickly, which is good. I don't think you really need to spend too much time down there. Obviously, we know what's coming up. Anthony doesn't, but yeah, he'll be down there again at some point. Good for him. So we've just completed one dungeon, and moving on to the next.
Double dungeon danger, mate, coming in.
Dungeon.
So I heard the cutscene. I didn't see it, but I still heard it, and seems like, I assume it was the Turks. They have a kind of a conscience, or whoever has a conscience about getting rid of Avalanche and what's about to happen. Yeah.
I missed the cutscene too. Interesting. Yeah, that's basically you see Reno and Rude. They're in a helicopter and they're flying around the pillar. So this basically confirms what Don Corneo was saying about plans to bring down the whole plate onto Sector 7.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were having second thoughts about it, highlighting I guess the Turks' humanity. They're not just elite level soldiers. You know, their feelings as well. Okay, items,
indeed.
Accessories. Yo, quickly, I'm gonna have to change this. Change this back.
Yeah, put your face back to where it belongs.
I mean, we wouldn't. There we go. Power. Anything new? Yo, does anyone have the... Oh, I have it, the kind of cash. I was about to say $5,000 seems pretty steep.
Supernatural wrist guards, yeah. So this is obviously a step up to your power wrist guards. But don't forget you can sell your old wrist guards too when you get new ones, but that price tag is pretty...
Yeah, that's really steep. I'm good. Any materia? I mean, if there's no soundtrack in a vending machine, I'm unhappy.
The HP ups interest me. I mean, I feel like all of your players could benefit from a bit more HP, but you got to find out who's got empty slots. How many HPs do you got? You got one there.
The only person I could think of would be Tifa, but
yeah, I would look at getting another one of those as soon as possible.
Let me quickly assess. Now, I wanted to ask you this, Stoll, and do I have revive material? I do, Brendan. I do. I think I just don't have it equipped on Aerith. The auto revive, is that what you're talking about?
No, just a plain revive.
Ah, okay. Oh, I get you. Instead of use it. Shout out to Brendan. He's noticed how often my characters go down due to my poor battle mechanics, and that's mate. Revival.
There we go. Revival.
$3,000. Couldn't think of a better way to spend $3,000, considering Phoenix Downs cost whatever 600, 500.
Well, yeah, that's it. You're weighing it up. Am I going to give it a little more MP, or am I going to spend it or use a Phoenix down? So that's the decision you have to weigh up there.
You're going to be full healer. You'd find it useful in this chapter. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
it's not easy.
If you guys haven't noticed yet, I haven't died once, which is a first for this whole playthrough in terms of a stream or chapter or video. So you know, in my true fashion, I have to break.
No disc breaking moments.
Yeah, I have to. No uninstalling. I have to break that streak real quick. No twisting controller. Ping! Buttons flying off.
I just wanted to bring that up. I have actually experienced, Anthony, in some of the best moments when it comes to frustration in video games. In Tekken, I had a good streak of beating Anthony, and you didn't want to see how mangled his controller was after that.
Sorry, I had to mute then because I was laughing too hard. It was all the character. Okay, just a bit of context. I think we're evenly matched in Tekken, right? Me and Sol used to play that game like copious amounts. You couldn't even think of how often we played that game. But more so that, yeah, we're even. Sometimes you won, sometimes you lost. New Tekken game comes out, new character.
Yoshimitsu.
And this new character just spams me. I couldn't take it. I raged.
Bobby.
Not ashamed of it.
What kind?
Yeah, we both. Yeah, not to get too deep into Tekken, but we both had our like go-to characters. I had like 2 or 3, Ant had 2 or 3, but then I think Ant was always one to spur out and try different people.
I mean, we've thrown a couple of references in. We had good old Horong in Sector 5, was it?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, train yard.
Yeah, the train graveyard seems to be freaking out the girls. That's basically what that little exchange was all about. And
it's funny that they're not grossed out by a sewer, but
yeah, true. And the rats and all that running around.
Walking turtle people with spears. You're not grossed out, but you're scared of some empty trains. Okay. Oh, hello.
I gotta be honest. I am a big fan of how Train Graveyard has been affected in this Final Fantasy.
Okay.
It is fantastic, but it does get. I feel the environment itself does get a bit repetitive. Like, how many times can you crawl up a ladder on a stacked up train cars like that? You know.
Yeah.
Very imaginative.
This is going to sound extremely, I guess, first world gamer problems, but you know, like this, you just know that they're not making ladders like that. We don't.
Why?
I don't mind speaking for all gamers or my personal preference. I wouldn't be mad if it was just an arrow like this on the ground and they just climbed up that stack of trains. You know, just make an animation without a ladder and they just scale it and jump over. We don't need the ladder. I know the ladder indicates this is the pathway to take. It's me being picky, and for immersion's sake, I could do without.
Well, you mean you don't need the arrow? You need the ladder because you know the ladder is what's going to take you to the next point. But did you mean the arrow just then?
The opposite.
As in
take away the ladder, still have the arrow.
But how do you get up there?
They could climb. Okay. Sorry.
Just climb up the trains.
Yeah.
I got
you. Climb that.
Okay.
Yeah. Just make an animation for them to
yeah.
climb that. It's just that I get it. They don't want to make a separate animation. They don't want to, because that means for every dungeon you're making a different animation for whatever the background is. It's easier just to put a ladder. I get it.
The ladders on the trains were in the OG, and they're also logical because you actually do find ladders on the sides of trains like that.
Hello, Ghost. Ooh. Look this way because I know Assassin's Creed, that thing. I haven't played Assassin's Creed, Brandon. Is that where they're doing it?
Neither have I.
That's a lie. I played 1 on the PS3, I think it was. That was how long ago now, man? That must have been like 10 years. Ooh, hello! What is this thing? Cripsey.
Deal with that.
So it's my turn?
Charge up!
My turn.
You can do it!
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously gonna come across enemies here in the old train graveyard. That's a given. I mean, you're in a dungeon.
I would love to see Cloud Park. Oh, yep. Okay, I get you, Cloud. I'd love to see Cloud parkouring around. Yeah, the mechanic of you just hold a button and then they scale whatever's in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, I don't mind all the train yard kind of setting here and having the trains. That I don't mind. I mean, I want that. That's exactly how it was in UG, and that's what you'd expect in a quote unquote train graveyard. Having those cars stacked on top of each other is just a bit weird, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. It's difficult for Tifa and Barrett though. Or you mean Aerith?
Yeah.
But yeah, Barrett would struggle. Personally, I think Aerith could scale it, and I'm going to take this opportunity to have another sly dig at her. Should probably ask Cloud for help, because that's just the type of lady she is.
Well, Barrett is super jacked, so I imagine he's got the strength to do it, but he doesn't have the flexibility.
Yeah. Oh, can't go up there, can't go there. So, I did want to ask you a question, Sol, and... Hold on.
Go on.
Am I going the right way? Am I missing something?
Have a look on your map, mate. That's the easiest way.
Yeah, that's... Oh my god, so
where
silly.
haven't you been on that?
So, why... Is there boxes here?
So you crawl on
Such an idiot. Such an idiot. Yeah.
What did you already crawl on? Oh, okay.
My god, such an idiot. Yep, so, my brain fart aside, now, what really, really drew me to the original FF7, aside, and I'm talking like, I didn't know games, you know? I didn't know RPGs, but I loved the element how you could rename Cloud, and you could rename any character.
Well, you personalize them, right?
Yes, right? And I mean, I would be lying if I told you first playthrough I didn't name Cloud Anthony, because I did.
Oh, we all did.
Yeah.
We all did. Yeah.
Now,
what is that? I want to hone in on that point. What is that, Ed? It's escapism, right?
Yeah, escapism, immersion, everything. So,
yeah.
Games since then have taken it a step further in customization, and we touched on it before. You put accessories on, it feels like you're wearing it. I seen there was something floating around here before, just when I was in that train cart, so that's why I'm a bit skeptical. Ooh. Ghosts?
No
Is that freaky or what?
It's pretty cool.
You're not freaked? Doesn't send chills up your spine?
Nah. I got a 10-foot Buster Sword hanging off, you know?
Yeah, but your Buster Sword's gonna go through a ghost. Those guys are like invisible. They're transparent.
That's fair.
You ever seen Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Ghostbusters didn't do too much for making me fear ghosts. Shout out to Bill Murray. He made it acceptable to be sarcastic to ghosts.
Are you serious?
Nah.
I think there were like a couple of scenes that were pretty freaky
The dogs,
if you're like a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah, the dogs more so.
Yeah, the dogs. Yeah, they were super freaky.
How can you be angry at any movie or scared of any movie with Bill Murray and Rick Moranis? Like, it's pretty good.
That's true.
But
or
my point...
in the library as well, in the basement, where like all the drawers started popping out.
Oh, the old librarian. Yeah, the old librarian.
Yeah, that was pretty scary too. I gotta say, because you're not expecting it. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. So, oh, hello. My old lock-on system isn't doing much for me here. Bang, you're down.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, that's why, because we're split across a train here.
Let's do this.
Excuse you. I would need to focus. Lock on to the one closest to you, for sure. Like, do that.
Too late. I should probably heal up first.
Yeah.
No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use this.
Use your ATVs, mate.
Yeah, and use that on this guy.
Just taking a little
And you're... Okay.
Yeah, spit out your question. Get that out.
We touched on accessories and how accessorize or change the look of your character to make it feel more like you. So my question is, as games have progressed across generations, some games have included gender in that customization before you start on a game. Is it blasphemous, and would you be opposed if at the start of the game you got to customize Cloud, change the name, or you got to customize the gender of Cloud, and by, let's say...
make him a female Cloud?
Yes, so default it turns Cloud female, therefore Tifa and Aerith both turn male. Hold L1 for multi-use. Oh my god, thank you so much, Brandon. Hold on one.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, but it's a pretty tough one to pull off because
what am I doing?
you've got so many different storyline elements that rely on Cloud being a male. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's tough. Let me opposed to it? Nah. I mean, if you can pull it off, cool. I'm interested to see where you can go with that because it only opens up more opportunities for you to be able to play the game more. You know, it's like, let's introduce a hard mode at the end of the game so you go through and play the whole game again, but in hard mode, which I thought was a great addition because after completing the game, I thought, have I got everything? The hard mode made it so much more fun to... It basically had added replay value. That's what you want.
Yeah,
it added amazing replay value. So, and that would be something else that would add replay value, because, like, okay, if I play it as a man, what is the game like? If I play it as a woman, what it's like? And if I play it as, say, I don't know, a trans, like, well, let's see what kind of responses we get there. Why not?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty interesting.
So, the reason I play is I just started, I touched on Cyberpunk. I didn't want to touch it until it's fully patched and, you know, PS5 ready, but I played it, and it gives you those options at the start. Are you a male? Are you a female? And the speech is generic, and I started 2 save files just to see how the first hour of the game is. And it got me thinking, I was like, what would, a female protagonist Cloud look like? Because it's a gender-neutral name. Cloud could be male, Cloud could be female.
I think Cyberpunk's probably a better setting to do that, because Final Fantasy VII has a pretty firmly set storyline, and it's not really conducive to being able to just swap genders out on characters and stuff like that. But,
no, you're absolutely right.
That's my thoughts.
Hence why I wanted to ask you, because you obviously... Oh, hello.
Seriously?
Nice. Firm it, Cloud. Don't be afraid. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghost. So, while we're just having a general discussion about Final Fantasy VII, Anthony, I'd like to ask you...
Go on.
From your memory of the OG and the storyline, what were the themes of the game for you? Do you remember what the themes of the story were?
I'm just really interested in these screams. Oh, we didn't see the plates up. Stop. If you asked me and I had to say quick fire off the top of my head, I remember... I guess I'm going in here. Oh, hold on. Cinematic. Hold that thought. Scary, scary warehouse ghost haven.
What do you think? I'm game.
Huh?
Yeah, you agree with everything Cloud wants to do.
It'll be fine. We've got a bodyguard, don't forget. Mine.
Ghosts aren't my thing.
You're just being modest. After you.
Mind letting me go then?
You've been in worse positions, Cloud. That's for sure.
I gotta say, yeah.
I very much enjoyed that cutscene. Also, I very much enjoyed both how Aerith and Tifa were depicted in said cutscene. Tifa's just been triggered there. Yes, exactly. She's not going to allow that. Ooh. Little
Stamp
ghost.
down on that quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't you come in on my Cloud. I've seen a little ghost person run across. Little child. Is that what I'm thinking of? So, hold that thought. Cutscene.
Found you.
Of course Eric's going to be able to talk to him.
Hey, can we talk? Just for a bit?
I was right. Child. Little ghost child.
Marlene actually mentions them back in Sector 7.
Oh, hello.
Get back.
Okay, so immediate red flags for the whole Tifa Aerith debate. If I'm entertaining a lady and she's like friendly with that particular type of ghost. Like, ha ha ha. Nah,
Keep it together.
that's not someone that I want to be around non-stop. Ooh, hello.
Taking over.
I would disagree. I think it's sort of showing some sort of maternal
No.
instincts there that are basically,
It's you.
you know, coming into play. I don't think that's necessarily a negative thing. She wants to protect and try and help this poor suffering soul here. That's basically what she's trying to do.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
What is these? Oh, so on the mini map, I'm seeing in the top right. What are these little dots? Oh, that's them. Oh my god, I'm walking around thinking they're ghosts all the time. That's Tifa and Aerith. My bad. My bad.
You are in a train warehouse right now,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a dungeon.
dangerous.
It's going to take you a little while to get out of here.
Okay.
I know, but even so. What the?
People hate on this. I think it's actually pretty well done.
I mean, I don't think it's poorly done. Seems cool. I mean, what was the first? The OG was how many slides, if you will, or how many scenes?
Run!
It was bigger than the sewer, obviously, but
You okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Cloud. You saved us.
I'm just not on board with it. Every time, just still.
You do have severe issues with her.
I do.
Okay, before we talk about anything else, I just realised that we've glanced over
Gonna
something.
need to find another way through.
He's still
Please.
talking. So, basically, Brandon was advocating for a fully explorable Midgar,
This isn't
which
a game. Focus.
he's not the only one. You know, that is something that a large portion of the community were expecting with Midgar. They wanted it to be fully explorable.
Here goes.
Exactly as we're saying, you know, like an open world Midgar where you can walk into any business, anyone's house, talk to them, interact with them.
The first
I
one
think
was
that's
kind of
bad.
that.
Hanging out.
I remember.
No, it was very, very linear, actually. You could wander around Sector 7, you could wander around Sector 5, wander around War Market. In the upper plate, you only had very small sections that you could really explore. If you remember where you run into Aerith. Whereas in this one, they're far more expanded. Far more expanded. And you also have the whole Jesse section as well. So that's also giving you a bit of an insight into a Shinra workers sort of quarter of the city, which is quite cool. I don't mind any of that and the expansions to Midgar, but if we're going to go on the general consensus is people are quite disappointed with the expansion in Midgar. They were expecting exactly what Brandon's saying, the whole thing to be explorable.
Yeah.
That's something that was discussed about leading up to the remake, you know. I mean, there were many things that were talked about leading up to the release.
Am I missing
of
something
remake.
here on the map? I can't get through there, obviously.
You want to go back. You
Yeah.
want to go back out here, out to the train car at the front here.
Gotcha,
Yeah, try and exit.
okay.
Try and exit the warehouse,
Okay, I thought I had to find it.
and then you'll see what happens from there. Doors are closed. So you
Yeah,
in
go
that
on.
Train there to your left.
Yeah.
So,
What now?
yeah, run around for a little bit until the sort of cutscene plays out. But yeah,
Gotcha.
they'll work it out. So, whilst I definitely identify with the idea of wanting that specific thing, wanting to be able to walk around Midgar and have a great time, it's pretty impractical from a developer's point of view. Now, because it involves you having to map out a whole city and have, you know, interactive buildings, interactive things throughout a whole city. It's a pretty big ask, you know. Yeah, having to walk through. It's like, what's that game? GTA.
Ooh, look at these spirits, little floating orbs. Gotcha.
It's like what they wanted was a GTA FF7. That's what they wanted.
I don't think that. I don't think. I think you could. Personally,
it's possible, but you
if you
can't
could
do the
travel
whole game on
between,
that.
like, imagine if you could travel between War Market and Sector 5 freely, you just had a load screen in between. Like, that would be appreciated. I personally believe if you were given that freedom.
That's something you can do. That will come up.
Okay, maybe I'm getting ahead. Ooh, look at this. Doesn't this just look like what a train warehouse would look like? So I give props to there. I've never been in one. But
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. I don't think they did a bad job here.
I mean, I don't know when I'm catching the train to the airport and I see on the, those big warehouses. I imagine this is what they look like inside. Also, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm here for that type of background. It's a shame they couldn't put that type of detail into, I guess, the slums when we're upstairs on the plate. As above, so below.
As above, so below.
I know.
Yeah. So my point was basically, whilst I think, the demand was there. I think it's not that I think is impractical. From what I've read, it was impractical for the developers to do it. That's what I read. So that's why it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because you're restricted to telling the story of Final Fantasy VII, not just an open world GTA type thing.
Yeah. And you're right. The whole gender question I guess I asked before with Cyberpunk is it's more suitable to a game like Cyberpunk and or Witcher by the same developer. But I think it could be done in a way. It could be done, and it would be really interesting if it could. I'll be honest, I'm being very, very selective with abilities here. You've really kind of shown me some new abilities, and I'm just trying to use them as much as possible. That is wicked. That is one of my favorite animations in the game. I've just discovered that. When you do the star shower, and then she does that whole, whack, 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 like Capcom 2D fighting animation. It is banging, man. Oh my god, I just killed Tifa for doing that.
I forgot about Star Shower. It's a really, really good ability.
You call yourself a bodyguard?
They're immune
It's something
to
I
what?
use personally very frequently.
Wait, whoa. These guys are immune?
Stop. They're immune to physical attacks. You won't be hitting them with magic, dude.
Is that why?
You to work that out.
Oh my god. Who is this guy? Okay. Let's get rid of you. We need to get rid of one. Burn. And
burn those ghosts, man. Burn those ghosts.
What's going on? How come? Oh, he went invisible. Well, it wouldn't be Ant and Stoll playthrough if Ant didn't die to just lonely old monster sitting in a train graveyard. So yeah. This whole time I think I've been doing damage when I've been in conversation with you and not realizing I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, sorry, I probably have been
holding.
distracting you a little bit. Maybe I might do a little monologue.
No need to apologize, mate. I think it's been made clear and abundant if anyone's seen any other playthroughs or episodes we've done in this game that I'm prone to dying in the most silly ways.
It does happen.
Yeah. Alright, so magic, let's go. I mean, I was just so keen to just see Tifa's good old animation. But you did ask me a question.
I don't want to go back to that. What themes do you identify with FF7?
So, I'm glad we had these moments in between since asking me that, because it's given me time to think. And I definitely remember the eco side of it and the whole, for lack of a better terminology, like the hippie ways and, protecting Mother Nature and Mother Earth and eco-terrorists and whatnot. But one thing I did remember, and fair play, I was very young when I played it, and I didn't replay it as like a teenage or a young adult live. I remember... What's raise? Oh, that's revival. Okay. Ability. Well, you can just cure us. I really remember themes of finding out yourself and who you are. And I remember that was questioned a lot with Cloud and the whole... what's the name? Genova and Sephiroth and being a clone. I really remember that.
Yep. That's really good that you touched on that. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I remember. He's struggling with his identity, is who he was. Oh my god. He was really struggling with who he was and what he should be doing.
It's absolutely a thing.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I do remember.
You've covered a good decent chunk of them, to be fair. So terrorism.
Yeah.
class exploitation.
Yep.
Mental illness. Or identity issues, you know.
We'll make it quick.
And the biggest one, I think, is life or death. Or life and death. So, yeah, you could expand it out slightly and say climate change.
Yeah.
That's the whole eco side of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the core things is basically that terrorism is eco-terrorism, and then the other things I mentioned. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're all, you know, deeply uncomfortable examples of human weakness, basically.
Got you. So is that kind of what you're alluding to, was Final Fantasy is all about facing what's easy to brush over in conversation and what we kind of avoid, don't want to talk about. It tries to bring those issues to the forefront.
Yeah, you could put it that way. It had some very confronting issues for a generation that just weren't prepared for it or expecting it. That's kind of how it went.
That's cool.
And the one that I do really want to sort of focus in there is what you were talking about, identity, this mental illness that Cloud had. So,
Stoll, before you go on, I would be amiss if I didn't put this to Brandon, since he's been in the chat with us from day one. What do you think, Brandon? What are your first impressions of the game, in terms of the context?
Well, have we missed a particular theme?
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, go on, Stoll.
Yeah. So, I want to ask you a question. What traits would you attribute to Cloud?
Oh, by the way, Ghosts are weak to revive and Phoenix down. What?
Yeah, so you can cast that on it, and it will hurt it. This damaging thing, not a...
What about Cure? Does Cure?
No, I think Cure does cure it.
I would notice that when Aerith, she could use Cure on it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to risk it. Just once. Just
Try
once.
It. Yeah, try it.
Go on. Did it cure it? It didn't look like it cured it. Can't tell.
It froze on my screen, I didn't see it.
I can't tell. Maybe, let's try Arrow, just for some fun.
I'll show you what I can do.
Fire is your best one, so maybe equip that after this.
I've got it.
Yeah.
So, raise. I raise you from being dead.
That's it.
Raise again. Please, raise from your grave.
Ready?
No, it's immune. Oh no? Can't tell.
So judging on Cloud's personality, what traits would you attribute to his personality? What sort of a guy is this guy that you're dealing with?
Well, he's definitely an introvert.
One more shot.
Okay.
To me, that's easy. He's...
I keep my distance if I'm coming.
I would say driven.
Well, how was he depicted in the beginning? You know, when he's in the team.
Well, he's weak. He's depicted as weak.
Wow, interesting that you say that about him.
Yeah, because everyone rips on him. They feel like, I don't think he's weak, but he's depicted as everyone that the team can, you know, get a bit out of.
So funny you say that. Let me give you a quote directly from Nomura. Nomura is the character designer.
Go on.
Here's what he says. I think Cloud is weak. There are times when I even wonder how Cloud can be so weak. But on the other hand, that just makes him more human. He is a hero after all. I don't think there are many heroes as weak and as real as he is.
And yeah, that's why it's such a relatable story. It's I don't want to get too deep into this particular subject and sway away from our source material, but I requested you watch a certain film recently, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's an animated film, but essentially it's a story as old as time. You know, person doesn't think they could do it, person realizes that they can only do it by themselves and they must push themselves to do said thing, and then they realize they can do whatever they set their mind to, in a way, in, you know, I guess within the world of reality. And
that's a very fair depiction of Cloud's story arc. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the story. That's why you love, even back to the old story of Hercules and all that. That's it's the base model for the hero's journey, as you say. And so Cloud is weak. He's not without flaws, and that's why he's loved in the first place.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Why are we saying this? In the beginning, he's basically an aloof badass. So he comes off as, he doesn't care about Avalanche or their plight or the planet. He's just like, I don't care. Why is he that way?
So that's where I get identity from, because he doesn't have purpose. And they give him purpose, they give him meaning to what it is about to be happy. I guess. This is how I depict it, and I'm trying to be a little bit deeper here. But yeah, he finds purpose in, relationships, whether they're friendships or more than friendships, and he sees he's more than just a soldier, and then it leads into more of his identity crisis and the hero's journey. And just facing what you feel... Well, like, facing your fears, man. Like, just tackling problems head on. If you got an issue, just don't let it simmer in the background. Just tackle it then and there.
This is the thing. We see a slow transition from this, standoffish asshole to unlikely hero.
Yeah.
So basically, we need to figure out what happens in between. How does he get from A to B? Yeah.
Well, he lays eyes on Tifa for one, which would change any person.
Yeah. It's the character arc we all know, clearly.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Deal with that.
it's all a lie.
Okay.
Can you take over for me?
Educate
It's all
me.
a lie. We know this. You know this too. We've talked about this. Identity.
Yeah.
Cloud thinks he is somebody else. It's a mental illness.
Oh, okay. I never thought about that angle.
So Cloud is someone very unremarkable. He failed to achieve his boyhood dreams of becoming a first-class soldier, and he never amounted to anything. That's basically Cloud's story. He always looked up to Sephiroth, the war hero, the best of the best.
Yeah.
Yet he himself never amounted to anything.
Interesting.
Yeah. So basically,
I've been here. What am I doing?
You've been there. Yeah. There's kind of two sides to that little area you're just in. There might be an item in there you don't have, just to your right.
Yeah, I can hear the music.
You are jacking up to a pretty big fight. This is a difficult one. We might reach out to Brandon for this one, because this is an assess screen capture I don't have on me at present. But you can assume we're going to fight a big ghost. So fire is going to be, or revive. Right, okay. So we're fighting a ghost. You're going to be you want to be casting revive on this guy for sure. You want to be protecting yourself from him as well. How is Aerith equipped? Let's have a quick look at Aerith, I think.
Yeah. So what I could do is take off Magnify with healing and put Magnify with revive. But I kind of like how she heals everyone.
It's a single entity you're fighting against. So you got to consider revive is now your attack materia and not just your healing materia. This thing is obviously going to have spurts of being invulnerable to physical attacks, so that's probably something else we should think about. Maybe get used to using that A to be a boost materia, because that'll help you.
Haven't used it once, put it on, thinking press the L1 and R1. Hasn't, going to be honest, hasn't come up once. Okay, Brandon. Well, I originally played FF7 because of the big swords, cool graphics. I mean, didn't we all, bro? Cool graphics. I love that we reflect on that, and at the time, yeah, it was cool, to lack of a better terminology, but groundbreaking as well. But when I played the game, the music caught my attention. Okay, it wasn't that I imagined it to be. I got this somber undertone, and despite the cool setting, the story reveals it slowly why, and I got intrigued, and slowly it unravels that it's not just tackling a political story, but a wider scope. Yes, I completely agree. I got so honed into Midgar, and then when the world exploded, I was like, oh, I'm so insignificant. Not me personally, but yeah, what we were doing, I thought, oh shit. It's about spirituality,
That's a
about
very
mental
good-
illness, and about climate change, which was not prevalent back 20 years ago. Holy shit, Brady Games. Jesus, mate.
It's a very good summary of what
Yeah.
we're basically dealing with. Yeah.
To put what we've been discussing into a Twitch chat, nonetheless, or into 3 to 4 sentences, couldn't have done it any better, mate, because I completely agree
Yeah.
with all of those points.
Because, I mean, in our first and second streams, I was alluding to how much FF7 was groundbreaking in terms of things like graphics, coming at a time when no one was expecting it. That means that this sort of thing did not exist. Its appeal to the Western market, etc., etc. But something that Brandon also did mention in a previous stream was Final Fantasy VI, and I will talk with him about that at a future moment, but not just right now because we're kind of in amongst some other things right now.
I think I'm set up. I'll be honest. I think I'm set.
I think you're all right too.
Yeah.
Just be focused with magic, so change
Gotcha.
Cloud Sword's over to his magic sword, and maybe Tifa's gloves over to magic gloves.
Yep.
Or, yeah.
Oh, I
She'll
need to buy
have-
the soundtrack. What am I doing? Wouldn't be me if I didn't buy the soundtrack. Come on. Let the battles begin. If that's not a clear indication as to what's about to happen. Yeah, cool. Go on, Stol. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so those are the kind of themes that we were dealing with. So a second conversation to that is what got you into RGBs? RPGs. Sorry,
RPGs?
RPGs. Yeah,
The ghost
because
is
RPGs
immune to
weren't very.
revive. Oh, okay. The ghost is immune to revive.
Ooh,
Ooh. But
really? Okay, fine. If that's the way it is.
feathered. Magic attack is down. No, I think that's the best one. The feathered for Tifa. Yeah, Aerith,
Good.
let's just double check.
So, the second conversation is what got you into RPGs? Because RPGs weren't popular in the Western world. You know, Final Fantasy VI, to a far lesser extent, was people's entry into Japanese RPGs.
Wait, RPGs. Jeez, I was about to say RGB.
RPGs, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Final Fantasy VII was the one that really made it mainstream, basically. There were a lot of other RPGs going on at the time, and Jap ones too, but these two really stick out in most people's minds.
I'll admit something embarrassing here. Being as of the age I was when I originally played it, I didn't look at the genre of games I played. I looked at the covers, much like Brandon alluded to. Big sword, cool looking graphics. Like, cool, man. I'm glad he brought that up in the comments because the look of Cloud and the meteor on the front cover was cool AF. But
To your right.
what drew me more to it was the old school PlayStation 1 double stack CD. I was like, why is this case different
Go back in that room.
in this room? Oh, okay, cool. I was like, why is
And
this
then go to the control
gotcha.
panel to your left.
Oh, sweet. I have to do another tappy tap tap tap. I was like, why is this case different? And then the store clerk in EB Games was like, well, it wasn't EB Games even. It was older.
Tifa!
And he was like, yeah, it's like 4 CDs. It's such a big game. I was like, holy baloney. And I thought, I need to play this. Like, I just need to play a game that's that long or that big.
Yep, absolutely. And this is the thing. Final Fantasy VII was trying to, even in their advertising and marketing, they were trying to promote a game that was storyline based. Now, prior to this, you're not dealing with games that are storyline based. It was the Final Fantasy VII, it was the Metal Gear Solid. These games are basically groundbreaking games.
You mean
because
Crash
they
Bandicoot
introduced-
doesn't have a really strong narrative? Yeah.
Mate, I'm all for the Wumpa Fruit. You know me. Cortex, that evil.
Yeah, bro.
BASTARD. Yeah. I'm big on the old Wumpa Fruit and Uka, and yeah, don't you worry, mate. That game
Gotcha.
has a special place in its heart for me as well.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Collect crystals.
I don't have time for your
Yeah.
shit.
Anyway,
Ooh, Cloud with
yeah,
the power moves. Let's go, Ghost.
This is going to be tough for you, Anne, so maybe focus on this a little bit. Focus on protecting yourself, taking cover behind all the different furniture that's hanging around.
Yeah, cool.
I don't think that you're going to get this one first time, unfortunately. I'm just going to throw that out there. But I have faith in you, you'll do okay. But while you are having a go at that, Cloud is trying to be somebody he's not for, you know, the first part of the game. And there's only one person that sees this.
Yeah.
Eris.
Gotcha.
Yep. And that's why that whole section in War Market is so important to the storyline. Because Cloud is this standoffish, badass, mercenary, you know, I'm not interested in your plight or whatever you're pitching to me. Yet, Eris is the one that breaks him down, breaks down those barriers on him, dresses him up as a woman. So, that's why I think these story points is something else that attracted people to this game, because Cloud is... We were talking about immersion before.
Don't overdo it.
He ends up being us.
Yeah.
We're pretending to be... Cloud is pretending to be a hero. He's pretending to be somebody else.
Don't soul drain.
And
okay, cool. Noted.
and when you play this game, you're forced to make decisions for the character, so that brings you into the immersion. That makes you be that person and make the decisions for him. Therefore, that's the immersion point. You feel like you are Cloud, and then to find out that he's just being fake this whole time is like this, you know, double mind effing, for lack of better words.
Can you take over for me?
I feel I could have set this up better, because now I'm realizing Aerith doesn't have an attack if Revive doesn't work on him.
There is a moment where he is actually vulnerable to physical attacks, so I don't remember what kind of point that is in phase, but there is a short moment where he is actually able to be attacked by physical attacks. I don't remember what it was, but...
It's on you.
I'm coming!
My turn.
Like there?
Yeah.
It's because I've got the magic sword, no?
Nah, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, it just means...
So it's my turn?
It means his magic attack is strong and that's all.
Got you. Abilities... focused.
Here goes!
What about a whirling uppercut? How does that go?
Oh, I keep thinking I have fire on.
Let's make it hot!
Wait, that didn't even hit him? I can't hit him because I'm behind the wall? Oh my god. You can cast Cure on him with Aerith. Does Cure work?
Yeah, give that a go.
Ah, okay.
I'll show you what I can
Wait,
do.
where is he? Spells. Well, let's go Cure. Let's go all out on the ghoul. 500, nice! There we go. Go again.
You can do it! I'll take over.
Spells, fire, ghoul.
I'm coming!
Let's do this. Burn.
Excuse you.
Feel the heat! Here goes!
It was a pretty intense battle, so it's probably a bad time for me to go on such a rant, but
You're welcome.
yeah, no, but basically to summarize it, it was... You now see why
Wait,
why
that just killed him, no?
I didn't see, my screen was all blurred. You see why the War Market experience was so important storyline-wise, because it's integral into breaking down character and you know who Aerith is and how she's the only one who basically sees through the charade that Cloud's playing, you know, and that moment where they spend that time together and her ragging on him. On top of that, though, there's something else I want to say. So, in media, in the FF7 canon, so I'm talking after FF7 OG, I'm talking in all the other games, you know, Advent Children, I'm talking, you know, After Crisis, and even Brandon has mentioned this before as well, you know, Aerith being this angelic figure, she's the angel of, you know, and she basically encompasses all that is good in life.
Yeah.
I want to throw something else there. You know, in the first game, in the OG, she's very sassy, a very sassy young lass. Yeah. For example, this is the girl, right? Let me just gather my thoughts here a sec. So yeah, she's the one who drags us through this bizarre date in Midgar's underbelly, right? Mm-hmm. And she goes to the extent of even dressing up Cloud as a woman. And so this is actually the same girl who chooses the sexiest dress in the store and even threatens to tear off a Mafia Don's genitals, right?
Yeah.
In the OG, but as I mentioned before, Tifa steals that line from her. So maybe Remake is trying to conform more to the, you know, compilation style. Oh, look at you, new phase.
New phase,
nice,
let's go.
Yep. Compilation representation of Aerith as this angelic figure. You know. But she was far from that in the original. She was ready to get into the down and dirty, you know, this bizarre date in the wall market, showing you all the grimy spots. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think that she's slightly misrepresented in the canon of FF7 after the OG.
Gotcha. I gotta be honest. Do the limit breaks work on this dude? They must not.
I won't let you down.
Don't know. Always give it a go. I just remember this being a very tough battle, but it just means you need to figure out what his deal is.
It's on you.
If you've already broken him down half of his life, I think you could get this if you really.
I mean, let's try
put your mind to it.
Let's finish this.
Nothing. You know that South Park episode? Let me just put your $100 in your bank account here, and it's gone. That's what that felt like.
It's your turn.
Taking over.
Pressure. So what I should have done was held my limit till I had that moment where I could physically attack. The music's getting me. Crespus Dominus.
It always does. As you noticed with Hell House, the music just ramps up when it needs to,
only
to
when
really
he's
get you into
corporeal.
it.
Okay, yeah, cool. Good shout, Brennan. Yeah, I agree. I think I noticed that. It's probably the first thing I've ever noticed in this game in terms of a battle.
Okay.
But save the limits for when you can attack him. Ooh, okay, avoid these. They run for you. Gotcha. Oh no. Gotta bring her back real quick.
So he basically switches between physical and ghostly forms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Neither
gonna...
magic attacks against the physical form nor
Use cure
physical
only
attacks
when
against the ghostly form have any effect on a stagger gauge. So you want to be trying to judge that in which form he is, basically. You can use magic attacks so to rapidly fill its stagger gauge.
I got it.
And he has a weakness against
Oh,
fire.
wait, that's hurting him now.
Yep. So he's in his ghostly form right now and you're casting fire on him, so that's what you want to be doing.
This one's
Yep.
for you.
And then as soon as those immune things pop up, it means you got to switch. You got to switch from magic to attack.
Yeah. Like now.
Yeah.
Mate, Ghost, get off me. Do you know who I have playing this game with me right now? Come on.
Why don't you lead the way?
I'll be honest, from my perspective, playing this game through, both with yourself here, Stoll, in the party chat with me and watching along, and also with Brandon in the chat, I feel like it's like some MMA bout, and you the guys are the coaches on the outside of the ring. Give me the pointers. It's quite fun, and it's quite a good feeling.
The only difference is we're not going to throw in a white towel, mate. We're always going to be here saying fight.
No, I'm just going to twist and break my control. Fucking Bobby! Dude, that was so funny. It was probably the best money I've spent in a long time. In terms of buying a new control, yeah. But it was so worth it. Alrighty, Tifa, go on. And she's got elemental fire. Bang, let's go. Cloud, slash away, baby. Oh, he's gone. Fuck. Piercing scream.
Keep an eye on your health, but I feel like we are slowly breaking him down here.
I think I used that too soon. Did I just heal him? Or immune?
Tagging out.
Let's do this.
Come on, man.
I'll take care of them.
I know. No! I didn't mean I wanted to use that on... Oh, yep, cool. No, that's fine.
Can you take over for me?
Where is he? Come on, get some ATB up. Gotta make a choice here. Gonna go with this one.
Take the lead. I'll show you what I can do. It's not over yet.
I don't think trying to go for healing is ever a bad decision. Like, always try to.
No. Oh!
You're still.
What is going on? If he beats me on this, I'm gonna be proper angry. Mega Potion, Cloud, let's bring him back.
All the time.
Nice.
Come on, bro.
We need like a healing wind, don't we? Ooh.
Yeah, that's not what you want. That's exactly what I'm about to bring up with Aerith.
Still up for it?
I'm
Ooh,
wide awake
run,
now.
Cloud.
Don't overdo it.
We've got to get through this. Let the winds caress you.
Let the Rins Chris. I should have revived Tifa in the meantime, but we're back in it. We're back in the fight.
Go on.
Wouldn't be me if I wouldn't come close to dying and then lose this battle right at the end.
Get ready.
Immune. Oh, so he's immune. Let's go, Cloud. Tifa had the elemental fire. She really hurts him in these moments.
Use your ATBs to bring her back. You get so lost in attacking sometimes.
Yeah.
My turn.
Didn't I just raise Tifa?
You'll feel better in a
Take the lead.
second.
Oh, he's staggered!
Sorry. Take him down.
Let me teach him a lesson.
Got a choice
Fire
here.
him!
I don't have fire with her, so I'm just going to cure Assault just in case this doesn't finish him. And just going to continue.
Oh, go on, you've got him. I know they're difficult fights, but they are very satisfying fights once you beat them. You can't deny that.
Yeah, I agree.
All this time, you were waiting for someone to come and play with you.
I could have called. Oh my god, that's so cheesy. Come on, Final. All this time you're just waiting for someone to come play with you and release you. Listen, I'm playing Final Fantasy, not Stranger Things. Fuck off. Like...
Go back and heal yourself on the bench for sure, but yeah, exiting out that way is the correct way.
Bench was this way.
I'd go back and heal yourself.
Oh no, bench was the other opposite. You got a little bit.
That's your exit.
That's the bench. Yeah.
Okay. As I said before, I'm not adverse to this section. I actually quite like it. I think.
Got a new soundtrack. Really cool. Let's go.
I think it's a really cool expansion on the original. But I will sort of have understanding when people say there's this weird bit of storyline narrative that has been... Yeah, this weird bit of storyline narrative that's been inserted into this section of the game, which is a bit odd, and you're about to experience, so I'm not going to say any more, but let's just play it out and listen to the things that the characters are saying, and then you can sort of make your opinion on it.
What was the new materia that we just got? I mean, as an example, let's take away this one. Wind, poison, subversion? Was that it? Instant death? I can't read that because of my big old... Warding! Warding must... No, I got that before. Deadly dodge, auto cure, provoke. No, I picked up warding before. Yes. Yes to warding or yes to submersion. I feel like it's either one of these two. I'm going to guess subversion because warding was blue on the ground in the train graveyard and I picked it up while we were talking. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Brendan, subversion. Yes, my guy. Yes, Brendan. Thank you. What does it do?
He's got his eye on the materia.
Hey, he's a materia man. Apart from being a battle man, he's definitely high on the materia.
Subversion is like instant death.
What?
And dispel is his second level. Yeah.
So you just kill someone instantly?
That's the idea of it.
Or it turns them into a ghost.
They have to be weak to it for it to work. You know, there are a lot of people that aren't weak to it, so it doesn't really work. But...
Okay. So you're saying
now we can exit the train graveyard.
I'll be honest, I didn't find this as long as the Broken Highway.
Okay.
This was actually, I mean, it's probably because I was chatting to yourself and Brandon in the chat, like, just felt okay. I mean, the beer's probably
you're not
helped.
completely out of the woods yet. Let's also make that apparent.
I was about to say, like, are you kidding me? I can't walk through these. I thought those were a wall that I had to figure out how to get here. It blocks instant death when combined with warding materia. Very useful against Tonberry. Oh, Tonberry! Shit, dude, Tonberry. You just reminded me. He's the little... Is he a little frog-looking thing? And he kills you in one hit?
Dude.
Yeah, he's got his knife and he basically works up and he's like, hey, I'm about to stab you. And he keeps waiting and waiting. You think this guy's easy, and all of a sudden he's like, Gah! And then instant death. You're like, oh my fuck. I remember the shock of that. I assume I'm going the right way because this is somewhere I haven't been.
You are.
Yeah, across these. Here comes a battle. That's why. Yep.
Let us through, or else.
I'll return in just a moment.
I always can tell there's a battle coming because the ladder's at half. It's like half a ladder and you can't climb back up it. So it's basically telling you, like, oh, you have to face what you're about to do and you can't turn back. Basically, it's a way for the game to load as well. So while Stoll's gone, I mean, it's been a really nice chat with Stoll because he has a lot of points around the OG he wants to consistently bring up and talk about, and I like learning about these new things. But if anyone watching doesn't know, and it debuffs enemy, especially when those use barrier a lot. Okay, and I don't think I've encountered many enemies that use barrier though. Maybe I have and I've just been unaware to it. If you guys aren't aware that when we say beers and buster swords, we mean it. Myself and Stoll drink throughout these, so I like to point out that hold my bladder whilst playing this game. This is not the way. He says that after too many beers, and now I've lost my way. Can't go this way. Nope, so I have to go back up there. That doesn't make sense. Alright, now I'm lost in a Train graveyard. If I go upstairs... I don't want to go back up there. Pass through the maintenance facility. Oh my god. So where I just beat that person? You were killed by barrier there and me like the flying drone. Oh! Don't talk to me about that flying drone, Brandon. We collectively, myself and Stoll, through these playthroughs, we said like,
You still not out of here? What's going on?
bit lost, mate. I've been chatting to Brandon about something. We're talking about the material we got in the barrier. Okay, it's underneath me. I thought it was up here. I was commenting on how often we drink beers through this and how much we do. This is your kryptonite against them. Okay, so those particular enemies, and he innocently reminded me of how I just couldn't do that side quest of the drones in Sector 5. And rightfully so, I couldn't, and this new material would have helped me because they had barrier up. But it's funny though.
You used a spell to get rid of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I did not
breach
want...
it's called in this one. It's called breach. Yeah.
Wait, this is the way, or you have to jump off there? What's going on? I have to go there. So I have to go back the whole way I came?
No. Have a look over to your right.
Yeah.
Back there.
Yeah, this is... I just ran through here like a moron.
Oh, what? And now you're back there?
Yeah. Oh my days. Go back to the entrance. That's the entrance? No, I know the entrance downstairs.
Give me your map. Give me your map, dude.
Oh my god. How dare you? Honestly, how dare you, Final Fantasy Dungeon?
So do you not see the question, the exclamation mark there up to the top of the screen?
No.
And when you go downstairs and then up, you see how it will lead you around there?
Yeah.
Or am I just seeing that incorrectly?
So I gotta go here, right?
Nope.
That's where I came from, obviously. I can't go upstairs because that's where I fought the ghost, so it's down here.
That's so weird.
Yo, this shit more confusing than Waterloo Station right now. What is going on? They've got me. They've absolutely caught me. There's also a little room I haven't gone in there, which I'm gonna...
Do you know what's hilarious is that you seem to have issues finding your way on areas that I never had any issues with, and then when you're confronted with it, I'm like, okay.
Hey man, wouldn't be me if I didn't lose control of the game or know where to go. Can Anthony find the exit? Here's appropriate comment, Brandon. I'll give you that. What you should have said was, "Ant, here's a new challenge. Find the exit," which you know I would have failed. Which I am failing. You obtained Moogle. Okay. I think I could find the exit. I mean, I believe in myself too. Side note, if I didn't have Stoll in the stream or yourself in the chat, Brandon, you'd probably see me... if you were a fly on the wall and this wasn't live streamed, or I was just playing this by myself, I'd probably run around here for about 20 minutes.
Let us through.
Was just Dora the Exploring it. Yeah, I just wanted to continue our dialogue. You know, it's all part of the plan. I wasn't lost, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. Happens. And also, I'm going to point out, you're lying if that hasn't happened to you in a game before. You've got completely lost. Alright. I like L1 circle here because it attacks everything. Yep. Let's go. Crispy A defeated. So, this is where it brings you down. This is where it brings you down. We need to get there. Now,
yeah.
Yes, I was... Stoll, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault.
I think that's the wrong... I don't know how you got to that side. For me, it's always you finish Ghost Person, and then you want to get your...
Yeah, before we go back on this, I'm not saying it's your fault. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm just not. However, that was the way to go, which I said before. Before we go there, now you have full right to really shit on me if it's not.
Okay, so my understanding was through that door.
And a little bit of okay,
and
not
then
that
because we didn't have that chest before, you know, like that was the first time you got in that chest, so that was new. And then, what went wrong after that? That's
No,
my question.
No, it's not over yet, Brandon. No, it's not over yet. No. It's not over yet, because we need there. I can see it, but I can't get there.
Yeah, so what's different? And how do we get over there? You need to walk to a train. See that train there to your left? That you need to walk through that train somehow. And you do that, yeah, on that side or on the opposite side.
There. Right? Or am I wrong?
Maybe.
The arrow you're looking at is the exit. You need to go back to the entrance. That's the exit?
Yeah. He's saying to go back to the entrance. Alright, let's give Brandon the benefit of the doubt. Go back to the entrance. So that means go back up?
So... I'm not opposed to going back to the entrance. I just don't know how to get to the entrance.
It's okay. I'll tell you how. You go down here.
By the way, Stell, you have full right to shit on me because I 100% thought I nailed it.
Take
then.
those stairs back up.
So you mean we came into this whole thing just to exit it?
Now go over there. Yep.
Through here.
Yep.
Now we're cooking our gas. We're getting subtitles. We're getting context. We're getting voice cues.
Ooh, that's promising. It's very promising.
I wonder,
Through here.
maybe they're the ones who were
Oh,
Then
this
go
looks
back
promising.
downstairs from here.
What if they're
Oh yeah, that thing.
leave?
There it is. Mash triangle, and we solved it. I would like to. Oh, this is all that we needed to do. I am okay to admit when I'm wrong.
What a relief.
I was very wrong there. Thank you both for the guidance.
Let's find out.
But slightly admit you're both just as lost as me just there.
I'd completely forgotten about that stupid thing.
So now I go back to where we were and.
You lowered that train, so you need to go into that train, and you do that up here. Yep.
So go down.
Go down the stairs in front of you. Yep.
Do they purposely get rid of the marker? Not as bad as you though. Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that. I deserve every piece of put down and shit you want to put on me for that, and I happily accept it. In dungeons, they purposely take away the marker up top, don't they? Because I've noticed that when I've been the most lost, it hasn't been there.
I'm not sure. Can't comment to that one. But
I mean, just to comment
You're
on the
probably
trains though, I didn't realize like it's nice.
these
and
are the
high.
old Midgard trains.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
So-
luggage space.
Yeah, it should be slightly different to the newer ones that we travelled on.
I mean, I'm all for high ceilings, you know. And any train that has every train I've been on, apart from the Paris trains and their double decker, have pretty low ceilings.
We're through.
Bit of train talk there.
Let's head outside. Wait. Girl?
Oh,
Marlene?
And the kids that the Black Wing carries away have to live in the train graveyard forever and ever. So you have to stay far, far away from there.
All right then, I will.
wait, what? So she was a ghost the whole time, or is this
You know Betty?
now in the future after we've saved her?
She went with her daddy to...
Let it play out.
When is Daddy coming back?
Actually, he might not make it home tonight.
Okay.
Marlene, what are you?
We can't waste any more time here.
It's quite clear that kids of Sector 7 go playing around here in the train graveyard, and I think they probably meet up with these little kids and play with them, the ghost kids as well, and some of them, it seems like some of them sort of get eaten in.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I was going to say
see the pillar in the background?
Yeah, I did see that. Yep.
So that's happening. We've got a lot of action going on right now. We need to get to them as quick as possible, obviously.
Okay.
It's hard to really distinguish what was going on there.
I just started playing FF7 again after watching you stream, and I saw a guy on YouTube doing the same challenges I'm doing, but he hasn't managed to beat the last two bosses yet. But I'm rusty with the controller, but I'm getting back in the game. Nice, dude. I'm all about challenges in games, man. I mean, apart from this one, I'm playing through for fun, but... have I beat these guys? More ghosts. Sorry, more ghosts. Let me...
Yep.
It's on you.
I think I'm going to use this opportunity to bring up something that has irked me about this game.
Go on.
And it's the introduction of the Whispers, because the Whispers are these ghostly figures.
Is this... am I fighting Whispers? Explain to me.
You're not fighting Whispers, no. Okay, well bang, there you go, there's the confusion right there. So, the Whispers are those Harry Potter looking spectre-type objects that block you from doing certain events in the game.
Oh, yep, yeah, the ghosts.
Oh,
the shadows.
The
shadows. Yeah, well, I hadn't encountered these ghosts before, but the shadows, yeah?
Take the lead.
And this is what I mean, when you layer convolution upon convolution, you get to a point where you're like, well, what's the difference between these guys and those guys, and
Can you take over?
where is this ship sailing? You know, where are we going with all of this? It does really create a lot of confusion, if you ask me.
I could agree on that. I think Whispers are interdimensional being, while ghosts are just, well, ghost. I couldn't have said it better, Brendan. That's exactly how I kind of feel about it. But that's not made clear. Yeah.
Yeah, well, consider that sentence. Interdimensional beings and ghosts are just ghosts.
You alright?
Then what's just a ghost?
Well,
what are they supposed to be? I thought they were they dead people that haven't quite made their way into the next dimension, as in the world of the dead.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a fair question.
Where are we going with this?
I would like to say, for someone, for lack of a better term, as stupid as me, I appreciate a game that, like the Beyonders in Marvel vs. Sutra or Mephisto. Yeah, okay, so I can relate to that because I'm a big Marvel head. I don't think Stoll is even remotely. But for someone as stupid as me, I feel that it's nice not to have things laid out on a plate and explained. Does that make sense? I like when you have to think about things and listen to dialogue. So I'm assuming, because of what we've read and what both Stoll has talked about and what yourself have talked about, Brandon, as well, that, well, to Stoll's point, the interdimensional beings or ghosts are kind of explained enough to assume that they're different from these types of enemies, aside from their look. Does that make sense, Stoll?
Okay, well, there's something that you don't know, Anthony, is that later on in the game, the Whispers are actually explained.
Oh, well, there you go. So I'm just assuming right now.
Yeah. But you've also assumed them. In a previous stream, we've talked about this, and you actually nailed them.
Well, that was all.
That's what they are. I was like, yeah.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. Hello. They planted the seeds for it. Oh, cinematic. Tensing. Who's tensing? Oh, here he is, Reno. Oh, they're going to drop the plate. We're too late.
You gotta get out of there.
Rude. And Horong.
Not really. Small arms fire from local boys trying to defend the pillar. So that's what we are.
Come on, boys. Look to your inner self. Don't do it. Yeah, Cuneo and Lion.
Won't if Barrett and the others have anything to say about it.
Nope.
All we can do now is keep moving.
Ah. I just figured out why I dislike Aerith so much.
Let us be in time.
Really? After
Yep.
all the good job I did of explaining who she is?
Okay, so I totally discredited that before, but yes. Oh wait, you need to equip your steel material. It's important for a very missable item after this.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
is,
I'm here for it.
yes.
I'm here for
You
it.
that
Good.
on, but I put that on you before. I hope you still have it. Yeah.
No, we
But-
took it
oh,
off
you
because of
replaced
revival.
that. Okay, no, you need that absolutely. Yeah,
Um,
I thought we'd put it on before. So Brandon, before stream, we did a quick revamp of Ant's setup, and that is something I did actually whack on there because I do have in mind what you have in mind, and it's one of my favorite things that they included in the remake, and we'll
Good,
touch on that a bit later.
Good looking out. Can't go that way. Now this may play into the whole story, and that from what I've suspected so far, about this is not the original Final Fantasy universe as we know it, but she's always so positive. Her tone doesn't change, and it's annoying. Oh, hope we're there on time. Like,
I think it's intentional, Ant.
yeah, I know, and that's why I find annoying. Oop, did I not pick that up? Yeah, I did.
No,
what was her name?
It's exactly because of what we spoke about before.
Yeah, Miss
She
B.
alluded
White,
to
Brianna
that
White.
she knows more.
Yeah,
Brianna
where I
White,
like, yeah. We got to get Anne around on this everything still. Firstly,
Agreed.
Brandon, I'm not superficial, but have you seen Tifa? I mean, there's the first hurdle. I don't know, man. Whoop, we gotta drive another train. Choo choo.
Fair. No,
Listen,
but,
by the end of this playthrough, I may be brought around.
But I think that, as I was trying to allude to before, the Aerith that you see in the slums that takes you through in the OG is slightly different to the Aerith that we see here in Remake. Only difference being, she knows more.
Yeah.
She's not in represented as the angelic girl that you see in compilation series. So here she's actually far more truer to herself. I will give her that.
on.
But there is a certain something that's off with her, and it's that she knows. She seems to know a lot more than you'd expect her to know about the current events that are unfolding, but quite literally in front of her eyes.
I got a lot of time for this. I know we've had a couple of aerial attacks before, but I really have a lot of time for...
Use Tifa.
Yeah.
It's much more fun.
Come on.
See? She just basically flies. Woo!
What am I doing here? What am I doing? Let's make this a little bit easier on us. This guy.
No, but
This is our mission. Let's call it Operation Aerith. Love that. Yeah, I'm here for that, dude.
Yeah.
That's your challenge. Yeah, I've been dealt a lot of challenges, and that's your challenge. Ooh, Omni Strike. Let's go.
But yeah, I think in taking everything into consideration in terms of
So it's my turn?
the context of Aerith, who she was as an original player,
You can do it.
and I've only really touched upon who she was in the beginning. I think Remake kind of misses a little bit of that, because as I told you before, she got robbed of her role in Wall Market as Cloud's accompaniment.
Yeah.
And Tifa stole that line from her as well, so you kind of are missing just a few slight little things that you would have got in the OG. So, I think that's just all the difference that we sort of touched upon between OG and Remake. But she's a sassy girl. She's not this angelic thing that people keep talking about. She is a sassy girl.
Don't know what happened.
Okay. I'll give her a shot. I mean, it's Tifa though. It's Tifa. This may be a bit too politicized for a game stream, But I'm surprised how lack of a backlash I've heard about Tifa, and I guess her looks.
No, I think you're you hit on a very valid point there, because that sort of thing, the objectification, you know, it does come up a lot in media, and as I've mentioned several times in this stream, the developers were not holding back, you know, in terms of aesthetics.
I haven't seen... I've watched a couple of reviews. Wait, where am I going? Down here? No? Can't go down there.
Click on your map, it'll show you where the down ladder is.
Oh yeah, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Hey, oh, no going back now. That's what the half ladder means. I'll say into this while you're
that's exactly what the half ladder means.
Yeah.
How are you equipped? Can we have a quick look?
Am I going to come up to some sort of tricky boss or something right now?
You could well do.
Alright, well, slide into mission.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it in your hands for 1 second, Stoll.
I wish I did have control over the controller at this present moment in time, because I would actually go and check and see what he does have in terms of material and equipment, accessories, etc. Because we are going to go up against one of my favourite bosses. While Ant is gone, we can talk about him. We're going to go up against Eligor. Why do I love Eligor so much? So, something in the original Final Fantasy game was that throughout several particular moments, you were able to get a very advanced weapon for an individual player. So, for example, you would, in the Shinra Tower, be able to get the Hard Edge, Full Cloud. And he had 4 materia slots of that, and the attack power was far more advanced than any other weapon you'd had at that point in the game. So it was just like, oh wow, how'd I get this thing? Same thing happened just outside of Midgar. You could get the, it was either the Atomic Scissors or the Cannonball for Barret. And again, you had those 4 slots, double jointed for the first 2, and it was like, wow. Again, very advanced weapon for this point in the game, too far. So, Aerith in OG had the striking staff, which you could steal from Eligor. So that's basically what our game is right now. We want to steal the striking staff from Eligor. Now, it has actually been quite a bit of time since I've personally done this fight, and since I don't remember if you still... I had a very strong suspicion that this actually gets dropped at the end of the fight rather than stolen, because I was very disappointed. I think Brandon, if I may say, I think you are thinking of the OG rather than remake, because I think remake gets dropped. I think in OG you have to steal it. I don't actually think we need the steal materia here, but let me just have a quick look.
Okay, so yeah.
No, it's stealable. You're right. Get that steal materia on straight away.
Back, and I'm sorry to say, but you've got to switch Ifrit with Shiv here. Ooh.
Yeah, you do. Brandon is, again, nail on head.
Brandon.
Get ice out on all your players. We want
for you,
how many ice material?
And only for you. I have her equipped to Aerith, but I'll put her on Cloud. Does it make a difference? Does it really?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
No,
really.
So as long as I've got her equipped.
Whoever it's equipped to, it will take their ATB. So if you've got ice on a... You want to divide up Shiva on one player and then ice on your other players. So try and keep that division happening.
I'll leave it there, and then I'll make sure Cloud has this.
Doesn't get ice. Yeah.
Well, no, Cloud has Ifrit, so I'll make sure he gets ice.
Ah, okay. Yeah, exactly. So you got
Tifa's
2. That's
ice.
good.
Yep. Cool. Cloud's got ice. Sweet. Yeah, I overheard you on the headphones because my flat's small, and I hear that, and it's cool. It's cool to know. We're going to do a little Ocean's 11, a little bit of a steal job. Shiva's equipped, and I would like to say, and the only thing, Brandon, I appreciate the first part of what you just said. I'm sorry to say, but you got to switch Ifrit. Thank you for recognizing the best summon ever in Final Fantasy. apart from Behemoth, because we are all sorry to see Ifrit take us backseat to Shiva. You were saying something, Stoll. I was in the toilet. Yeah, he took an intermission just like we did. So, what were you saying?
Oh, that's
you were saying about. I think you were saying that you found that you thought they dropped the weapon you think we were about to steal.
Yes. So what I thought was, I don't think I should repeat the whole thing for anybody listening afterwards. But basically, in the OG, you're able to gain weapons that are substantially more powerful than the current games you have at this point in the game. So it was always cool to get, Barrett's cannonball or atomic scissors. That's the one it is. Or you get Cloud's hard edge in the Shinra Tower. You got 4 materia slots. These swords were always more powerful. But the one for Aerith was the striking staff, and I'm so happy that they kept this in the game, because the boss you're about to come up against is called Eligor, and Eligor was a person who wasn't a boss in the OG, but he was just this random sort of enemy that you would encounter here in the train graveyard, and that's where you would steal the striking staff from. And it's like, this wasn't apparent to everybody playing the game, so when you got that, it's like, oh, okay, I'm a player in the know, because I figured out that this particular guy has this staff, which is super powerful for Aerith at this particular point in the game.
Gotcha, cool.
Yeah, and what I wasn't sure was, I wasn't sure if in Remake it was different. I actually, for a moment I was thinking in Remake, rather than you having to steal it, it was dropped at the end of the battle. But I just double checked it, and it's stealable, so we need to get that steal materia on and make sure you get that staff.
Yeah, okay. Which I do have, by the way.
I think the difference from OG to Remake is that he's become a boss rather than just a random encounter.
Now, that's done on purpose, right? Like, that's something they pay homage to the fans. They realize that this particular guy was, a kind of secret in the first one. Like, 'cause that's something I never done, and that's what differentiates my fandom to Final 7 to yours. I'm just going to double check steal materia. Yep, it's on there. So they pay homage and make that more ever present, and saying, hey, here's the guy who was a good secret about who you steal from, and now we're making him a boss for you.
Right.
Exactly. Similar to Hell House. And yeah, you're right, you just summarized it quite well there.
The chance is 25%. Just spam the steal materia when he's still in the first phase. Cool. Good advice, good looking. Whoop. Is she gone? Jesus, how does Tifa not have back problems? Apologies. Probably not the most sensitive comment.
It's a pretty touching moment coming up.
The Black Wing carries away have to live in the train graveyard forever and ever.
It's a boss fight. You know what it means? Go to new beer. Let's go.
Yeah, I should do that too.
Love that sound. I didn't notice it's got the tears. It's a prison ghost.
Yeah, there's
You're just
one particular ghost that has an affection towards Aerith.
I was just watching Louis Theroux's Miami's Toughest Jails. This guy's done time. Eligor. I have no recollection of Eligor, nor there's any reason why. Hello? Are these the Whispers?
You're the one who...
It must be said, I'm playing this on PS5, so there's no technical upgrade.
Are you ready?
But damn shout out to the devs for doing this on PS4 and having even grain on Aerith's skin in those cutscenes. Looks beautiful, man.
Me too. Found you. No way. We found you.
You got me. Hey, where's Aerith?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I said I'm ready.
Mommy.
Come get me. I'm right here. Mom?
It's pretty touching.
Aerith!
Still Team Tifa though.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing to insert in the game.
Yeah.
You know, like, on top of everything else that happens to this particular character, to layer that on top.
LOL, Tifa!
Yeah.
Hey, we found you. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, and that's a really good message. It's like for the kid that had issues, you know, as a child, like finding friends or you know, people bullying and all that sort of thing. It's quite nice to see that, you know, Tifa comes to the rescue, and Cloud too. She's like, you know, we got you. You know, you're our friend. And
okay, immune. All right.
so it's a very welcome addition, because this was never in the original, never. And I think,
you say fire.
I don't want to say that.
No, Blizzard.
I don't want to say that it's piggybacking on top of Cloud's issues as a child as well, because he was obviously unpopular as well, and he didn't have friends, and he was the the outcast as a child. So it kind of also gives a bit of a level playing ground between Cloud and Aerith, in that, you know, common ground. You know, oh, that was how it was for you for a kid, and oh, that's how it was for me. And gives them something to obviously bond about as well.
I see. Still not buying it.
Maybe hacking into this thing with some ice. You want to get a arcane ward up. You want to go nuts, friend.
Do you know what's really bad?
Look at you stealing your bladed stuff.
I just realized that we have Tifa equipped with elemental fire.
Can you handle them?
I got this.
You want to equip with elemental ice, obviously, yeah.
That's a rookie error if there ever was one. I stole it, right? I don't need to continue to spam the steal. I think I got it.
No more stealing. No more stealing. You got it. You got it. Well, this is the thing. This is where I'm like, it's a nice addition, but did the devs do it just to play on the fact that we know what Aerith's fate is? And in doing that, by adding that extra little bit of, you know, tear-jerking sort of canon, is it like,
What do you think Eligor is? How could he make Aerith see a glimpse of her past?
Well, this is.
I didn't even think about that at all. Like, I just thought boss.
Explained, I think.
Yeah.
No, he's okay. So what Eligor is he's kind of like a ghostly figure. The sort of the ghost of all ghosts. I mean, look at him. He's kind of sort of dressed up as a Grim Reaper type figure. And what does a Grim Reaper do? They kind of collects.
It's what I said before.
So
I thought he looked like one of the Whispers, and then it zoomed out. I realized it was the boss.
Yeah. So what he's doing is he's collecting. I want to just differentiate him from the Whispers. So
cool.
If you consider he's here in the train graveyard, and he knows that he's got a supple source of children who live in the nearby Sector 7 suburb. And what he basically does is he preys on them because he needs more souls, he needs more...
Oh, he's a Soul Reaver! Shout out to Kane, the Soul Reaver. PlayStation 1, whatever game.
Yeah, and so he he is the master of that. That's why we saw so many kids in the warehouse just a moment ago. He is trying to collect as many souls as he can, and that's what Eligor's game is. He's some sort of weird demon, and that's his deal.
So he's not connected to, I guess, the remake or the dimension-breaking fourth wall that we're playing through at the moment, or...
Not
but is there theories on that?
No, he's his own contained thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Because,
But,
I mean,
but then
in this
how...
world we do have monsters, we do have demons. It's not unusual for that to happen.
I got you, but then...
But this is the
Brendan
thing, it's like its own little enclosed thing.
Brendan makes a really good point then. Like, how could he see into past? How could he make Aerith see into her own past? Or is that just story then boss fight?
Well, he can do that because he's a supernatural being. I mean,
got you.
He uses your emotions against you. That's what these sorts of things do, to trick you into him getting what he wants, which is to take your soul. So he puts you in a confused state and makes you vulnerable, and then takes what he needs.
Gotcha.
Wow, I summarized that much better than I thought I could. But anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, just to explain what I did there, because I think you might appreciate it. I knew Aerith's ATB was there, but Cloud was really close. But I've also have Aerith, she can cure everyone, so I'd rather bring Tifa back with Cloud. Am I learning the battle system so far?
You're learning it.
Cool. Thought it was a...
You should get on top of this healer, heal up, and good.
I like this music. Let's go, Shiva. Icicle Impact, let's go. I don't... This is something I probably mentioned in previous streams, but I want to mention again. I don't like how the ATB doesn't rise. Like...
Sorcerer Storm.
Reckon? I don't like how I have to spam the attack button, even if I'm... Ooh, hello, I need to heal. I don't like how I have to spam the attack button just to get some ATB if I'm nowhere near the enemy. It should automatically rise, you know?
It does, but only when you're running around.
Yeah.
No, if you stand
Let's
there...
go, Shiva!
This is
saying
really
this.
Shiva's debut for you, because you've been a very big Ifrit proponent.
I've got time for Shiva. Like, I do. Like, it's not that I prefer... Well, it's not... Oh, shit, I should have got some ether. It's not that I don't like Shiva, it's just that Ifrit's my guy.
Also, to be fair, Eligor is... Also, half of his life is down, so you're not losing this battle. I mean, keep it up, you're doing well.
I'm trying. As controversial as that may have made it seem, I kind of... Shiva's a close second to Ifrit. You know? Dang, being tortured with bad memory is the worst. I just think Square underestimates Eligor's ability here. Well, you tell me, Brendan. Stoll, you tell me. I don't remember Eligor at all. Like, at all. So
no,
this has
his
no
role
meaning.
has been significantly expanded upon. You know, this is not at all what was in the OG with regards to this character. This is them taking something, just like they did with Hell House. You know, imagine like where Hell House was, and then how much he was put on this pedestal in the Colosseum. It's a similar thing that they're doing with Eligor. It's bringing him from just this simple little fight that you had here in the train graveyard.
I have no ether. Oh my god.
Oh, Anthony. And then coming out with something that no one was expecting. Like, this is a similar fight. No one was expecting to go up against Eligor here. But a welcomed addition, absolutely. I was so surprised to see him, because I was... Again, it was a similar situation. I'm going through Train Graveyard and I'm thinking, at what point can I kind of look for Eligor? And then for him to come out as a boss, it's a similar little tactic that they pulled with him as they did with Hell House. I don't know if that was the same for Brandon. Brandon, were you looking for Eligor when you came through here? I don't know how deep an OG player you are, but... you know, this was the guy I was looking for. I'm like, I'm gonna get my good stuff.
I don't want to speak on Brandon's behalf, but I think he's proven quite a formidable FF7 knowledgeable nerd so far.
With the remake, for sure, but
I mean that
I don't know how
all
much
the
you
best
played
way.
the OG. This is still my question.
Yeah.
I'm not too up to date on that with him.
I probably might want to heal this, but I might just... Yeah, why not? God loves a chance, so let's go.
Need a breather.
Too far away. No.
I know. Now he's dead.
Third phase. Nice
Third
one.
phase. I didn't platinum OG, so it's a pretty big surprise for me too. Okay. That's why you love Tifa. That right there is why you love Tifa. Just put him on the back foot for a second.
I'm coming.
Coming. Heal yourself first.
Everything's spinning. You can do it.
I got this.
He seems like quite a cool character, in all honesty, for someone I did not remember. This is pretty funny.
The OG, he was nothing, man. He was just this person you could run through the train graveyard and not even run into him. You know?
It's on you.
What are you hitting with him? That's that was a weakness. Whatever you just did, he's weak.
I can just keep attacking him. Just
Is he weak against physical attacks, or is he weak against
at
an
the moment,
elemental that you have?
at the moment, it seems like. Tifa.
Take the lead.
Oh my god, I keep... For those of you, I'm not doing this on purpose, I'm really sorry. The triggers are very sensitive on the DualSense, so I have this awful habit of, oh my god, of keeping my fingers on the triggers when I play games. Don't soul drain, ghost manners are corrupt. Oh! Have I just been putting myself... Oh my god!
I haven't seen you soul drain once, but that's
No,
like
I've done it a
something
couple of
paying
times. I've done it too many times. Yep.
Yeah.
And spells. Wait, just wait for that to go through. Tifa up. Now you Cura and put on Cloud.
It's not over yet.
Deplorable.
Deary me.
Deary me. Way to sell me short. Look at this. 400 HP. Let's see if we can pull this back from the grave. Let's go. Pull her up. And Aerith, you can do that. And
Just taking a little break.
did she not do it?
No way.
What? How did that happen? Because you definitely cast Healing Wind. That clearly wasn't recognized. That's why that happened. But we all saw that you did that. Weird.
I'm not mad at that one. I mean, I'm mad at it. Don't get me wrong. Very mad at it. But I'm not.
Can we revise
mad at
the way you're equipped?
You mentioned that this has been a sticking point for some people when they play this game, and I'm not. This isn't a review in any such. It's a playthrough. Do you have Aerith's planet protection limit? No, not that I know of, Brandon. Let's have a look.
Fortunately, we don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty
We
sure.
haven't been collecting the manuscripts, so.
But what I do want to highlight is I'm not happy with that. Like, OG, new player, regardless. Like, I'm not. Wait. What am I doing? Swap materia. This one. Elemental with ice.
I'm sure everybody
Tifa.
has ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait. What you're doing right there is you're putting the elemental into her armor, not into her attack. So that's defending her against ice attacks, not implementing the attack feature into her attacks. We'll have a look about the
Good shout,
manuscripts, Brandon, in just 1 second.
Because I didn't realise
yeah,
that that's what these two mean. So if I put that in
so
there...
they're not linked up there. They're not linked.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So you need to change that weapon for a link weapon, or look in your SP if you can't link those slots. Or change... What have you been doing in this round? Have you been attacking more, or have you been magicking more with Eligor?
I think it's a new adjective, magicking. Yeah, I've been magicking a lot, mate.
That's a verb, actually. But yeah.
Yeah. My bad, yeah. I generally attack more. You've seen my style. I've been attacking more as a verb.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the Buster Sword. Does it have joint slots at top there?
Yeah, it does. It does, doesn't it? That's the whole point.
Yep. Swap him over. Put the elemental there with the ice. Get the ice on that, and away you go.
Elemental, oosh. And where's your ice in here, Cloud? Swap. Okay, so HP, MP up. Wind, healing, cool.
What did you replace, though?
I'm about to see it on Tifa.
Something out a deadly dodge. Deadly dodge is what you removed. I want to get that deadly dodge back in on Cloud, for sure. Wind.
I'll be honest, I felt that way about Wind for a long, long time. I know it's helpful. They're all helpful in their own way.
That's good.
I'm happy with that. Tifa, you need to... whatever I put in there. You have ice. Cool. Warding's useless. Press, steal. Well, we can get rid of steal because I already stole it. Or do I have to steal it again?
You now have to steal it again, yep. You did that quite quickly in the last round, so don't worry about it. But yeah, it has to be there.
Could I put an auto cure on Tifa?
If that's how you feel, if that's how you're inclined. Do you have a healing materia with her? Because what is auto cure? Is that I'm taking a potion, or is that I'm using my cure materia?
Didn't even think about that. Magna Steel, ATB boost, cool, we got Shiva. I kind of thought I had a...
Just as a quick tip is that something that I did in the OG, and I kind of carry this over into Remake, is that if I'm going to assign someone a certain task, then that's what I'm going to do. So for example, Aerith is going to be my healer. So I'm not too concerned with giving her steel if she's going to have revive and healing with her.
Listen,
okay, good.
Listen, I hear you. I hear you.
Attacker.
Yeah, I hear you.
What I'm saying is basically is I would give Tifa. I'd make Tifa my thief. I always used to make Tifa my thief, just because she's just like, why not? I want to give her an activity. I want to give her something to do. I want to.
Didn't I just
not have one particular person have all the tasks? So.
I mean, if you did notice what I just done there, I did exactly what what you said, and then I just went and undone what I just did. So now I want revive on, or the auto cure. That's what I'm talking about. Bang. Tifa has the highest luck anyway. Oh, well, now you're just getting into mechanics of the game that are beyond me. But I know what you mean. Tifa is the thief, much like Yuffie, right? Yuffie's got the highest luck. She's the thief.
I'd assume, yeah. But she hasn't appeared in Remake yet. You can press triangle to skip.
Thank you. But she has appeared, this is a little bit of lore, through the stamps. Through the stamp posters. Because they were meant to be hers, right?
Yuffie?
Yeah, oh my god.
Sense a dog.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, use ATB boost. That's something that I've been meaning to tell you for ages.
With who? With who? Oh my god. Steal! Oh, this has gone off to a terrible start. Okay, let's go. Lock on. We're here. We do this.
Keep certain.
Regen? I have regen? What's regen?
It slowly recovers a character's health.
No, I don't want
It's
to
not
burn
really
that.
that valuable.
No, I don't want to
It's too
burn
slow.
that much
It recovers
ATB on
too
that at
slowly.
the moment. I want to use this. And Tifa. Come on, give me that ability right away. Take the staff. Failed. Love that. No one's got ATB yet. Get out of the way.
I'll show you what I can do.
Got a ward up.
So you're big on the arcane ward, where I'm not as locked into it as you are.
For me, it's like, remember that old boxing game we used to play? What was that boxing game? Money in the Bank.
Fight Night. Yeah, it's a body shot.
Fight Night. Well, no, not so much a body shot. It's like, if I'm going to deal damage, I want to deal it twice. So,
what's going on?
If I do that from the beginning of the game, from the absolute beginning of the game, then it's Money in the Bank. Because I'm dealing double damage from the beginning, not, halfway through.
Failed to steal item? What the farm
Don't
bag?
overdo it. Bring it.
I'll take care of them.
I got it.
So it's my turn? Why don't you lead the way?
I know, I'm all over the show. I'll get there.
It's on you.
I have faith, you'll tidy it up.
You've got this.
Just keep weakening him.
Taking over.
Yep.
Nice.
Sorry, I know it's sudden.
Now's our chance.
As soon as I see an enemy staggered, my initial instinct is hit that with the element that it's weak against as hard as possible.
That's why I pulled out summon.
It's your turn now.
Yeah. Something going again.
Tifa's got rage. The jaws mean rage, right?
Berserk, maybe?
Or berserk, whatever. Yeah. So, how did she miss that?
Yeah, we put the fury band on her. That's why she's got that.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Better be safe than sorry. Secure. Phase 2. I ruined the steal. I couldn't get Tifa, the mechanic, sooner than later, the ATB, so let's try now.
Get him. Hit it with magic.
It'll bounce right off. Gotta deal with the barrier first.
What do you mean? I don't have the summon ability? What's going on? She's got rage.
I'll take care of them. Why don't you lead the way? Here goes. That's it.
I'm waiting.
You can do it.
Hang back.
Nope, can't use that. Okay. If this does no damage, I'm going to be pretty unhappy, because I heard the voice cue about Cloud saying we can't use magic on it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's come back down. Or am I wrong? Eligor has it coming. He does, mate. Oh, now's the time. Let's go.
So it's my turn?
It is your turn, Aerith. Sorcerer's Storm.
Can you take over for me? Hey, you asked for it.
Take the lead.
I'm coming. Bring it. It's your turn.
That blade on the horse's head, it's quite beastly, if you ask me. I wouldn't want to come, you know, in
Steal!
after that.
Oh my god, you're right. You're right. I'm not stealing. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Ooh, yeah, don't forget to do that before the.
Wait, before I do that, I want to hit him with, I guess, a blizzard. I don't know if that makes it. This isn't gonna work. If this steals. Got it. No, failed to steal at him. Thought I did. Didn't. Use this. Not that I need to, but just because. Better be safe than sorry. Next time he's pressured, you're right. Steal. That's what you do. Spells. Blizzard. Phase 3?
Yeah, before this is out.
That's why we love Tifa.
Let's do this.
Dodge that
Get
shit.
this star.
Yeah. Nice, got it. Okay, let's go, let's go. Now we're going. Now we're cooking on gas.
Keep it together.
I'll take care of them. Free.
Eligor wants to feel eyes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you want to watch out for those. Don't get in the way of those.
Be careful.
She's right in the way of him.
Let's pretend that didn't happen. Sure.
She's
Run
so
over.
I can help.
so poor at dodging.
I know. I know, it kills me.
Call yourself a bodyguard.
Oh! Okay!
Time to get serious.
Target his wheels. I'm locked on.
Yep. Ice that. Ice, baby.
I don't have any ATB. Come on, Tifa, get it. You motherfucker. I know.
Wow, Eligor. Proving to be a formidable enemy. The old Eligor. I do not remember this fight being this difficult, but yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. He is... yeah.
Suppressing rage and suppressing sadness and having a focus.
Right.
We got it.
Can we
We got
review?
it. Nah, we got it.
We got it.
Almost
Okay.
there. Come on.
I do have a weakness in how I approach bosses or enemies, is I like to battle them direct, where Brandon's right, I should focus on the weakness, right? Take out one of his wheels first. I just lock onto him, per se.
It's definitely not going to hurt. Hit triangle.
I keep forgetting I can skip. I'm just deep in thought about this fucking Maximus horse riding Russell Crowe-esque prick. Okay, we're in it, we're in it, we're in it.
Come on.
Get out of here.
You've got
My
this.
fuck. Lock on? Can I lock onto one of his wheels? No. Can I lock onto
Not
him?
yet.
Not
Not
yet.
necessary. In the second phase, that's when you want to do that. So as soon as the second phase kicks in, that's when you hone in on one of his wheels with magic. Because he's flying around you, you just wait till he's, you know, hanging around the place and then bang.
Can you
Good old
take
ice
over
on one of
for
his
me?
wheels. Break one of them. Don't forget to steal. This is probably the best time. I think the first phase is kind of always the easiest phase in a battle.
It's kind of useless me using Arcane Ward because I don't actually have Blizzard on her. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, so... reviewing your setup was probably something we should have done before jumping in this battle.
Yeah, it probably was, but... you know me.
I guess we're not ones to shy away from a challenge, so... see that?
Absolutely.
Rain on the fire. I mean ice.
Can everyone in the field, everyone in the field can use Arcane? Of course they can, because I'm silly and I totally forgot that. I thought it's just purely for Aerith. He's staggered now. Use the steal. Steal it. You stole bladed staff. Let's go. Now is the time.
It's so funny seeing the horse on the ground and, like, you know, convulsing every time you smashes, and then you're like, stole the staff. It's just like, we're absolutely mugging this thing that's on the ground, hurting, kicking it while it's down.
You got it.
Take your staff while I'm there.
You got it. Oh, we'll take that. We'll take that for sure.
Here goes.
And here she comes. Shiva's coming in. Our health's looking okay until some crazy attack that I don't know about. Some poison sewer spewing house comes down and just destroys us, but we'll see.
Container.
It'll bounce right off. You gotta deal with the barrier first.
Probably what I shouldn't have done, right? Because he's got the barrier up, but Shiva goes through the barrier, no? Or am I wrong to think that?
I think you want to be hitting him with magic attacks right now, because physical attacks
I thought Cloud said that they don't do anything at the moment. No?
What, magic or physical?
Magic.
Okay.
Or am I wrong? Well, we're about to find out.
An appropriate time to be doing that, yeah. He's sunny.
Yeah, see, physical's reduced, and everything else is immune. And if we go Blizzara... so dumb, I should have used summon. Does he have no hind legs? Who?
Eligor.
Eligor? I think
what are you able to choose in the attack options? Yeah, I think he means the wheel.
Oh, got you. No, not yet.
Not yet. No. Yes. I didn't even see what Shiva did then. Did she do anything with that attack?
Oh, I'm about to see it again.
It's actually pretty funny watching that thing like scoot around the arena.
Never noticed that. Stagger!
It's like doing burnouts.
Yeah. Well, it's very.
Gotta get out of here.
It's very Roman Colosseum-esque, very Wall Market-esque, you know.
Oh yeah, perfect timing, Shiva. Give him some.
You know, they circled the Colosseum, the battleground, and they
Until next time.
That's the kind of damage you want to be dealing.
I'm good on health.
It's your turn.
Oh, okay, fucking fine. Don't have any to eat though.
Just go away. I'll show you what
Take
I
it
can
off.
do.
Yeah, that'll work. Just go away. Is this stage 3? Phase 3, let's go.
This is phase 3, yeah.
Cloud!
Tifa is gonna save Eren.
Again.
Ooh. Check that out. I'm pretty good at
Go on.
predictions here.
Ooh, such a perfect timing, Shiv. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to say I meant it, but I didn't.
AI does what it wants, right?
And now we
hit those wheels.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. There we go.
Legs.
Are the wheels against Blizzard?
For sure.
That left wheel. Let's hobble that bastard.
Yep.
Stay out of the way, though. Stay out the way, though. I mean, I wasn't smart in putting the arcane ward, I guess, in the way of his little carousel.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking that laser.
Smash him.
It's like wheel.
He's a very aggressive little fish. He definitely wants some.
You want some, do you? You want some, do you?
He really wants some. Yeah.
Have you seen that that dude? It's like an old meme. Oh, move! Oh, of course you didn't dodge it, Aerith. Triple slash would chase his wheels from behind.
Decent,
okay.
decent.
Dude, just... Yeah, mate. Oh, I should have healed
Yeah,
them.
don't forget your ability. Yeah. Go strike a wheel or something. Of course you got nailed.
Tifa, let's go. I hope that hits. Yeah, let's do it.
I'll show you what.
There's a limit, so it should.
Well, we've seen limits not hit before.
Crippled.
Crippled.
Wheel, bang.
Attack him. Attack the...
Get the other one.
No, attack him. You can't go, right? I'm feeling good about this one. I actually feel really relaxed. It doesn't feel as intense as Hell House at all. You're right, I probably just underestimated this guy the first couple of times around.
Keep it together.
I'll take it. That's it.
How did that hit?
Deep for this one.
Yeah, you don't get in the way of those swinging blades.
Oh, he's turning circles way smaller, that's why.
I won't give up.
Stay back.
Please, please, please.
Okay.
All out.
Come on.
Not what you want?
Go on ability, yeah, just have to focus strike. Yep, whatever.
Just because she's got elemental. Just because she's got elemental. Makes sense.
Go to town.
This one's for you.
Double down. Nice. There we go. And I couldn't have done it any better without Tifa, man. Tifa the one coming through with the star shot. Oh, excuse you. Oh, I thought she was running an arrow.
Let's go.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
My lady. Let's go, Tifa. Oh, hello. He's released all the children he's captured. All the souls. All the ghosts.
It's that ghost.
May I quickly point out that the ghosts seem to be sort of dissipating into live stream. You see how they just sort of went into these little green droplets that sort of float around exactly as live stream is depicted. So, as we're seeing right here. I think that's incredibly interesting to note. Because we all know that live stream is the thing that connects this whole planet. Live stream is the thing. When you die, you become live stream again. The live stream underneath this planet, which flows underneath this planet, is all the memories. It's everything that is to do with this world comes back into the live stream and then is reborn again. It's kind of like this sort of this world's they call it, it's like its life stream, as in the blood of the planet, which is what Mako energy is. They're taking the life from the planet and producing energy from it. But
that's Barrett's whole deal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Barrett's whole deal. But I think it's important to note the significance of the light stream and where it goes, what it does.
Oh no. Fuck off, Aerith. Oh, I like the cinematic change and she's got her gloves. I'm gonna hear for that. Oh, paranormal investigator unlocked.
Yep. Light stream is the souls, it's the memories, it's the lifeblood of the planet. That's how this place works. So, yeah. Interesting to end on that note. Because you got to ask yourself, what was the difference between everything we just experienced and the whispers? And they couldn't have been more heavily contrasted together, because we're actually about to run into some. But I think that's for the next episode.
I agree. Cool chapter, drawn out compared to the original, as we touched on, and I thought the conversation and the topics we covered then pertinent to, or they pertain to what we're doing at the time. I was very happy with that, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And if you have any comments on said topics, how would you feel about Cloud being a female? How would you feel about Aerith or Tifa, which seems to be a long going on debate? Ifrit or Shiva? We could go on, but I can see why they drew that out as a chapter. It wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. Stoll told me previously before going into this, and we talked about what the next upcoming chapters would be. A couple of dungeons back to back, double dungeons if you will, and yeah, they didn't feel as bad as the highway. It just makes me feel like the highway was poorly done, and these are maybe a bit as how they should have been done the highway, or maybe they should have had this more in mind. Yeah, Stoll, anything to add on top of Eligor, train graveyard, sewer?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely came off the back of Wall Market, and it's absolutely a very strong contrast. I mean, you go from being very active in terms of, everything that you need to absorb as a player. There's so much going on at the present time, and it really does bring in your focus and what you're doing.
Yeah, it is.
You go back down. Sorry. Yeah.
It's the chaser after the hard shot. That is Wall Market.
Well, yeah, well put. I mean, you go down to these dungeons, and it's okay. Well, now we've got a little time to collect ourselves, etc. That's not to say that nothing happened either. I mean, clearly we've seen that there've been some big additions in terms of character development. We've seen Tifa and Aerith have their moments together. Their sister, female bonding moments, which is pretty cool, because I think that's kind of what you want to see. I don't remember in the OG that much how much these two sort of bonded, but there's clearly that rivalry of, oh, is she moving into my territory? You saw that cutscene where you chose Aerith, and so you chose Tifa, and then it's just like. So,
well, tell me,
going on there?
What happens when you pick Aerith? What changes? What won't I see?
You don't actually see much. She's just like, oh, where are we? What are we doing down here? And it's just like, bang, everything continues.
Of course
so
she
you
is.
actually did
that.
She is. You had the more drawn out, more interesting cutscene in the one you chose. She doesn't say, who's this Tifa girl?
Yeah.
Oh, she invading on my territory. No, because that's not Aerith anyway.
And I want to come to Tifa's defense in this one small moment and say there's nothing wrong with how Tifa acted throughout this whole thing. Because many people, as both yourself and people in the chat, Brandon, have pointed out, Aerith is the Final Fantasy girl. She's on the back cover of the original game, and she's heavily in all the imagery. But that doesn't make Tifa in this particular chapter overprotective or mean or anything for asking that question. I'll have you know, she's known Cloud a lot longer. She's fully within her rights to act how she did.
It comes from a genuine and authentic place. I think that's what you're saying, is because she does have a genuine concern for Cloud. They've known each other for so long. I mean, yeah, of course you're going to ask that question, right? It's like we've been mates since we were kids. Like, oh yeah, so, you know, how's old mate there? Of course you ask that question. Everybody does.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
We went from those two having their moments and contrasting there, and they were building a rapport. That's exactly what we saw, which is, it's like a continuation of that feel-good moment in the Corneo mansion for me.
Yeah,
I didn't see it as I didn't see it as like just a throwaway type thing. I actually saw it as a continuation, as what we'd already built on in the mansion. And in bringing those two together.
Absolutely.
So then we moved into the graveyard, and that's where we saw quite a haunting and freakish moment, if you ask me. I think it's very underestimated or understated how scary that particular scene was. Because when I first went through that playthrough, it was like, okay, you're seeing these very neon colors painted on the floor and doors slamming shut, and I think the developers did a pretty good job in depicting a horror film, if you will, or a horror situation.
I would say
dropping.
You're probably way more immersed than I was in that particular section of the game. I don't think I found that anywhere remotely worrying at all.
Or scary. Being scared is the emotion you should be feeling.
No, I was more scared of being toaded, which was a pleasant surprise. And but